And today we are learning that when you see A toward the end, that's step one of a multi-syllable word, and there's a consonant or two or three after it, that A will say also. So A will say the schwa sound in one of three different instances: when it's at the beginning and there's a vowel two doors down, when it's the last letter, or what we're learning today, when A is toward the end. That's the first thing you have to know. It's toward the end of a multi-syllable word, so a longer word, and there's a consonant or two after it. Then that A will say Let's practice. Let's get reading. All right, so let's mark this first word and see what we've got here. Here is an example of that A that's at the beginning with a vowel two doors down, so that A is going to say This A is going to say because there are two consonants after it. This A is our new reading hack for the day. It's going to make its schwa sound, represented by that upside down E. That's the sound. A will say when it's toward the end of a longer word and there's a consonant or two after it. So our sounds are d, a, p, n, t. Blending those sounds together. Ad, ada, adap, adapa, adapun, adapant, adapant. Now here's something that I want you to know as my reading class. A schwa sound will never be accented. It will never be in the syllable that is stressed. It's always going to be in the unstressed or unaccented syllable. So when you have a word like adapant, you'll notice that that first syllable and the last syllable were both unstressed. And it was that middle syllable that had the accent on it, adapant. That is because schwa is never in an accented syllable. So when you're reading, that's helpful to know, because if you're ever marking a schwa over a letter, you'll know that when you're reading it, those syllables are going to be said less strongly than the other syllables in the word. They're going to be said with more emphasis. All right. So go ahead and try number one over here, and I'll be quiet while you work. Now, it's such a good question. What does stressed and accent mean? Let me just take a second and talk about that. When we speak, we naturally say a part of a word with more emphasis than another part of the word. For instance, in two-syllable words, usually that first syllable is accented or stressed, which means it's said with more emphasis, or it's pronounced more strongly, stronger? I don't know, than the other part of the word. So for instance, table. I'm going to put my neck forward or my head forward so that you can see the sound is pronounced stronger. Table. Pencil, glasses, camera, and the camera wasn't a good example. Workbook, folder. Do you hear that accent? That's more emphasis on that first part of the word. That means the other part of the word is unaccented, or it's unstressed. Table, folder, glasses. So that last part is unaccented, and that is what a schwa is always going to live in, one of those unaccented syllables. Does that help? Okay. All right, so number one over here, we have an sound, because that's what A says when it's at the beginning and there's a vowel two doors down. We have an a right here because there are 2 consonants after it. And here is our new reading hack for the day. When a comes toward the end of a longer word and there's a consonant or 2 at the end, that a is going to change to the schwa sound and say So our sounds are t, a, f, n, t. Let me bring that. Where'd my red dot go? There it is. Taffant. Taffant. And go ahead and put your head forward on this part. This is where the accent is. And when you're marking it, that little symbol right there, that little tiny line, that means accent. That syllable is accented. So here is one syllable. Here is another syllable. And this middle one is accented. So when you're reading it, you're going to say the first and the last parts where those schwas are softer or less strong. It'll be a taffant, a taffant. Okay? Good. Okay, number 2. We have a schwa right here because that's what a says when it's at the beginning and there's a vowel 2 doors down. We have a short a right here, a, because that's what a says usually when there are 2 consonants after it. And we have another schwa over here, but for a different reason, because when a is toward the end of a multi-syllable word, more than one syllable, and there's a consonant after it, it changes to the schwa sound and says So we have a, n, d, m. A random, with this syllable accented. A random. Go ahead and try yours. Number 2, right here. A random. Should I talk about that whiny a right there? Because did you just hear it? If you want to push pause for just a second, did you hear when I just kind of whispered that word? I said a random. You might have noticed a slightly different sound of that a. So a has 5 sounds. It says a, or that last one that I just said, and. It's like a whiny nasal a, and you can hear it when the next letter is an N or an M, like in random. It's almost like that a is stretched out to almost even 2 syllables. Random. Can you hear the difference? A versus a. So I could force myself to say random, but that is really hard for your mouth to produce that sound with that N after it. It's a lot easier and it's natural to just have that little whiny nasal sound to the A. Random. Especially if you're in the south of the US. It comes out naturally. All right, go ahead and finish your number 2. All right, so this A is going to say because it's at the beginning and there's a vowel 2 spots away. This A will say a because that's what A's say when there are 2 consonants after them, usually. We're going to learn a couple of exceptions to that next week. This A says because it's toward the end of a multi-syllable word and there's a consonant after it. So the sounds are p, a, n, s, a, up, a pa, a pan, a pants, a pantsa, a pansum. Did you notice that I said this part stronger? That was emphasized. A pansum. That was accented or stressed. A pansum. What else did I want to just bring up? There was another little fun fact I wanted to teach you about that word. Some. Rats. I can't think of it. Hopefully I'll remember it again because I love to just throw in fun facts. Keeps things exciting. Watch out for the L after the P. Oh, right, Blair? So Blair knows that those R's, L's, and N's, they will sneak into words, especially after a B or a P. That your tongue just wants to naturally have that sound come out, but you have to be cognizant and aware of that's why we pencil read, so that your eye, your mouth, and your hand are all in alignment and checking each other. Your pencil is checking your brain. Your eye is not going to go further ahead than your pencil should, and your mouth keeps it all aligned so that no sound comes in or out or gets mixed around. That pencil really is a game changer. Yes, the N makes it nasally. Good. All right, number 3. Together. Actually, try it on your own. Very good, MP. Oh, it doesn't apply at the end? That's right. Because it's not making its short A sound. It's making the schwa sound. That's a short U sound. And the short U sound doesn't have a nasal. It doesn't apply. It only applies to that short A sound. Good question. I mean, okay. There are units like ing, eng, ong, ung. Same with the NK units, where you will get a tiny touch of that nasal sound, but it's really just the back of your tongue going to the back of your throat. But we're going to have a whole lesson on those so that you will know what I mean. All right, number 3. So this A is going to say because there is a vowel 2 doors down. It's at the beginning. Oh, I remember what I was going to say, you guys. Yay, me. I remember what I was going to say up here. A multi-syllable word, to tell easily, quickly, if it's multi-syllable or not, it's going to have more than one vowel that don't touch. So if this word was only 3 letters long, it would still qualify as a multi-syllable word because there are 2 vowels that don't touch. All right. St. Lapust. A lapust. A lapust. Did you notice the accent right here? A lapust. Try this one. Here we have an an a, and st. Aramust, with an accent over this syllable. Aramust. Now, how did you do on these 3 right here without me? How many out of 3 did you get on your own? Put that in the Q&A for me, please. Wow. What? That is a lot of 3s, my friends. And don't worry, there's several 1s and there are several 2s in here too. You are not alone. But there's no 0s. Look at that. You got at least 1 right. That's amazing. 3 was hard. Well, let's try number 4, shall we? Let's try this number 4 over here. Go for it. You don't need me. You said that second syllable stressed, didn't you? I feel like I heard it being read correctly through the computer. James, that's a very kind compliment. Thank you. All right, so this first A is going to say because it's the first, that A is at the beginning and there's a vowel 2 doors down. This A is going to say because there are 2 consonants after it. This A is going to say because it's toward the end of a multi-syllable word with two consonants after it. So we have a, p, a, n, d, a, n, t. A pendant. A pendant. Did you notice that there's always a because? Every vowel sound has a because. I mean, not every. This is English. There are exceptions in our language, unfortunately. But for the most part, we can tell what sound a vowel is going to make, even two different sounds for the same vowel in a word, because we know the reason why it's there. There's always a because. So you don't have to wonder, you don't have to guess. Today is your first day. Mrs. Johnson, welcome. It's so lovely to have you. And don't you worry, it is hard when it's a little challenging when you just first jump in, but I'm so glad that you jumped in with us. Keep trying, okay? Even if you get just the first two sounds blended together correctly, that's a win because you've never seen that word before. It's nonsense. So you read an unknown word correctly, regardless of if you went to the beginning to the end. You read how many letters and sounds you read in that word correctly. That's a win. Let's do one more. I know we're getting close to time, but let's do this number 4 over here. So we have a, s, a, n, p, a, n, t. Mrs. Johnson, do this one with me. We're going to go one sound at a time. Us, a sa, a san, a san, p. I wish that was an M, but we're going to go with the N. A san pa, a san pun, a san punt, a san punt, with this syllable accented, said more strong. A san punt. Now, should I say said more strong, said more strongly, said more stronger? What do I say? Tell me in the Q&A. What's the correct grammar there? Does anybody know? Said more strongly? Thank you, MP. That's what I think is right too. Said more strongly. That makes sense. I like that. Thank you. All right, my friends, it has been a pleasure teaching you today. Thank you for making the time to come. You're amazing. I'll see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.